That's Tim McGraw. And man, the guy has sold so many albums, he's lost track. Something maybe 40, 50 million, 13 or 14 albums so far.
He has like 36 #1 singles, 3 Grammy Awards.
And by the way, he is officially one of the most influential men in the world. He was honored by Time magazine last night. Well, Tim McGraw, who happens to be the son of the late Tug McGraw, a local hero. Tim McGraw, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you. So what was it like last night being honored?
Oh, it was fantastic. You know, it was such a great night. So many great people. You know, to be in a room with that many people who have influenced the world in so many different ways.
And so your daughters were with you?
My daughters were with me, my wife. We enjoyed a really great evening. Met some wonderful people, saw some great speeches, some moving speeches. Got to see Kanye perform, so it was a really big night.
Do your kids look at you differently now that you're one of the 100 most influential people in the country?
I don't know. You know, I think for them, they were more concerned about seeing Kanye and Kim Kardashian last night more than they were me. But it was a great night to be there. It was great to be here all week, and we were Sunday night. We were at the Tribeca Film Festival, my wife's movie Dixieland, so we were there for that. Here to promote America's Diabetes Challenge with the American Diabetes Association.
Yeah, what are you doing with that?
Well, look, 30 million Americans are affected by diabetes, and so nobody can go unaffected or go untouched by people living with diabetes. And so what I'm here to do is ask Americans to go to America's Diabetes Challenge, pledge to get their A1C levels checked, and do their best to work with their doctor to keep those A1C levels at a great target area.
How do you get those checked?
Well, you go 2 to 3 months. It's a blood sugar that you take for 2 to 3 months. You check your blood to check your blood sugar, and over a 2 to 3 month period is how you figure out what your A1C level should be, and you try to hit that target area. And you work with your doctor to do that, of course.
So you have this diabetes challenge. Last year, everybody was talking about the ALS challenge,
right.
where you had to put like ice cubes and barrels of water over everybody's head. Yeah. Do we have to do anything like that?
Yeah, look out, there's some water coming. No,
do we have to do anything like that?
So far not, but we might come up with something before it's all over.
Something. I hope it doesn't start here, Tim. All right, so so your wife's in a new movie, Dixieland.
Yeah, Dixieland, yeah.
And you have a new movie coming out called
Tomorrowland.
What is it with the Dixieland and the Tomorrowland?
I know, 2 different places for sure. Tomorrowland's, you know, I read the script, I'm in the movie, and I still don't know what it's about.
Well, don't you play like a physicist
is that
or
Clooney?
something
Wait, is that Clooney?
Yeah, he's
Clooney's
in the movie
in
with
there.
George Clooney.
That was the best part about doing this movie, is to show up on the set and not be the ugliest guy there. Because Clooney was on set.
Hey. No, seriously, don't you play like a rocket scientist?
I play a rocket scientist dad. That's my daughter, Britt Robinson, in the movie. So it's just really interesting movie. I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it. I've seen the clip, and that's all I've seen.
Awesome. Congratulations. Tim, when did you start singing? How old were you?
Oh, man, you know, I sang in church a lot when I was a kid, but I was an athlete growing up. I played baseball, basketball, and football. And that's the things that when I got into college, I got a guitar and learned how to play. I found out that you could score more chicks with a guitar than you could a baseball bat when I was in college. So that's where I went to the guitar route.
It's still working for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Northeast Louisiana University.
Louisiana University. And yeah, athletics seem to still be a part of your life. You are one of those conspicuously in shape guys.
Well, look, you know, for me, I want to be around for my grandkids. I want to be around and have a career for a long time. I enjoy doing what I do, and it takes some work to do that. And I'm about a healthy lifestyle. That's why I'm working with America's Diabetes Challenge. That's why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and the causes that I work with is about health.
I know that you have a lot of successes in your life, but there's something about having, I guess, 3 teenage daughters that might humble you a little bit.
Every day. It humbles you every day.
What's that like? Because, you know, it's so funny because we had Brian Grazier on just a few minutes ago, and he was like, I texted my kids 24 hours ago. They never responded. Kanye responds in 10 minutes. What's your challenge with your kids?
You know, having young women, you know, in my life, you want them to be empowered. And that's what Faith and I are really trying to do all the time, is empower our girls to know that they can accomplish anything they want to accomplish. They can do anything they want to do and not let anything hold them back. And sometimes that comes at a cost to us because they're not listening to us even. But you know, you just want them to go out and conquer the world.
And one kid's going to NYU next year.
Yeah,
right?
my oldest daughter goes to NYU next year.
Are you going to be okay with that? Because you're the first one when they go off.
In the big city? They're coming to the big city?
Yeah, I'm very excited. She's excited too. She's a really well-adjusted, smart, you know, confident young lady.
Tim, do you ever take off the hat?
You know, occasionally. You know, it depends. You know, you ever see Smokey and the Bandit? Burt Reynolds says, "I take my hat off for one thing and one thing only."
Yeah, what the heck was that again?
I know what it is, I think. Anyway, don't go anywhere, because we have some hats. We feel like we need to be worthy in your presence.
Are you going to put a hat on?
It's no big deal. Rosanna, here's a hat. Do you feel more at home now, Tim?
You got it backwards, though.
This is what I mean. I'm from South Brooklyn.
South Brooklyn. Well, it's close. You know, you're heading in the right direction.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back with Tim McGraw.